IDEX was created because international development is broken. Most efforts are initiated and led by people who are disconnected from the communities they're attempting to help. We've seen that the results of these traditional interventions are often limited in value or short-lived, and can sometimes become downright harmful. IDEX was created after the realization that the right persons for the job are those who are actually facing these problems in the Global South. Through first-hand experience, we found that locally led initiatives mean readiness for change and ownership of the change process. They reflect cultural, social, political, geographic, and economic realities with a level of nuance that outsiders generally don't possess. IDEX envisions a world in which community-based organizations and philanthropy achieve full economic, environmental, and social justice for all marginalized people. IDEX brokers resources from donors and supporters in the Global North to the local leaders and organizations in the Global South who are creating sustainable, holistic solutions to their communities' challenges. IDEX also works with its grantee partners to scale their successes, linking them to broader social change movements at the regional, national, and global levels, and amplifying their voices and victories. The answers to development challenges are in the Global South. We need greater support from donors in the North to replicate a model of philanthropy that will enable these organizations to reach their full potential. IDEX only works with organizations that take a holistic approach to systemic social change. We realize that the causes of poverty and social injustice are multifaceted, and that the solution needs to address all of those factors. IDEX exists to shift power dynamics, for individuals and communities to step into their power as leaders and game changers, for philanthropy to adopt more egalitarian practices, and to facilitate learning between Global South and North that engenders hope. We don't impose our own notions of development on communities in the Global South, but rather give them long-term, unrestricted support for the initiatives that they devise, that they deem worthy. Thanks to this unique approach to social justice philanthropy, which trusts in the wisdom of our grantee partners, we've seen 30 years of transformational impact. We recognize the nearly limitless potential of grassroots organizations in the Global South to find local solutions to worldwide problems. We have strong ties to worthy, high-potential organizations that are too often overlooked. We've not only entered into long-term funding relationships with these organizations, but we've created opportunities for them to build their organizational capacities, form regional and global alliances, and take part in wider social justice movements. Our partners have appreciated our humble solidarity. IDEX brokers resources for our partners without taking credit. Our ultimate goal is to enable these organizations so effectively that there's no need for us to exist. IDEX commissioned a report examining the efficacy of working through our partnership model. We wanted to hear directly from our partners, the real experts, to evaluate whether our approach works and what the impact of IDEX's support has been for their organizations and the communities they reach. The results showed that our partners are empowering more women as leaders, enabling farmers to be sustainable agricultural innovators, and supporting community members as more confident human rights advocates. IDEX has long been known as a grant-making organization, but we actually leverage more resources to our partners through third parties. Our partners emphasize not only IDEX's respect for locally driven solutions, but our ability to broker resources for them, to connect them to networks that allow them to achieve higher levels of success. IDEX is also one of the only international grant makers providing long-term unrestricted support. We believe our partners know best how to use the resources we give them. IDEX has funded over 500 grassroots groups in over 40 countries since 1985. Our current partners are improving the lives of over 1.2 million people. IDEX has funded over $5 million in grants at the front line of social change. Our partners have made thousands of acres of desert fertile again. They've successfully withstood huge multinational companies that were pushing GMOs and toxic pollutants into their communities. They've created alternative economic models that include and empower women. Our greatest accomplishment has been standing faithfully in solidarity with our partners, learning from them which innovative strategies and practices work. As a small budget organization, we've struggled to raise the resources that our partners need to do their groundbreaking work. In the midst of an economic downturn, we made a decision that was diametrically opposed to what most organizations of our size were doing. We chose to expand. We invested in the staff and infrastructure necessary to fundraise successfully in the future. IDEX will continue to face challenges, and because of the decision to invest in ourselves, we will weather the storms. With additional resources, we would spread our proven model of bridging the local-global divide in social justice philanthropy, not only through bringing on additional grantee partners, but also by showing other funders how to fund social change at the grassroots level. With our theory of change as a backbone, we'd ensure a greater number of donors and funders are connected directly to local triumphs having global impact. We have a number of potential partners waiting, and we could bring them on in addition to expanding to other geographic areas. This could mean tremendous gains in the fights against poverty, environmental degradation, and discrimination of all kinds. We could equip all of our partners with the ability to communicate better with video, photos, internet access, and travel. We'd also accelerate the spread of our model through our philanthropic advising and the IDEX Academy, training a cadre of impact influencers.